smoke nicely. My team is the most spicy, but sneak my drinks in, that shit's so pricey. I would start some shit, but I drank the whole Molotov. Alcohol, the dank weed, got me about to bottom off. I'm like your favorite rapper, but I'm wearing less ice. Tell people I'm woke, cause I don't know how to dress nice. Don't care if it's super new, wonder what would Buddha do. Drop it from that foreign whip, but it's more like super love. I got drive and I don't know how to stop. Cut the brakes, I ain't taking no breaks.
You're not my man. You're not my man. You're a genius,
bro.
JP's been pretty off with the interviews lately. It's pretty great.
He's been savage though recently.
JP's been unhinged.
Yo.
Oh, hey.
What's good, guys?
What's good, sir?
Chilling.
All right.
Got the air conditioning cranked up, trying not to die.
Because it's 9,000 degrees outside.
Dude, it's
fucking
what,
you in New York?
Crazy.
Yeah, New York City.
Oh, I don't want to hear none of y'all got to cry about heat to me. I live in Florida.
You live in Florida right now? That's where you are right now?
I'm sitting outside of my porch right now. Birds and swamps and gators and shit everywhere.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a lot crazier, but you know.
Yeah, we're complaining. Like, even though we complain about winter, like once the summer gets to summer, we're like, nah. This
y'all tripping. I'm over here waiting for winter to get here. Like, please.
Same. Please. I wish it would be colder. It's only cold in Florida for a week.
If that.
You know what though? The concrete is almost like makes it worse because it stores all the heat, and then you walk around at like 8 or 9 p.m. and it's still like hot.
Yeah.
Like sitting on a grill that just got turned off.
If it rains, it steams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck that. All right, so since we're doing our one-off, they're like our one-off thing. So Paco, you're our first like one-off interview thing. We were like mixing them with our episodes, and them shits were like fucking 2 hours and 40 minutes. So we're gonna start splitting them off. So congratulations, you're gonna be the first of our regular one-off series.
A whole episode just for you.
Yeah. So I guess I gotta fucking do like an intro to these two, right?
Yeah, I mean, are we recording right now? Like,
yeah, I just let it rock. You know, sometimes we get some good B-roll. I just let it rock.
We call it B-roll.
Yeah, this is like the most like I always call it the 2 for $5 deal. Fucking, this is the bootleg DIY podcast good time type shit. This is like just a bunch of fans of music just chopping it up and talking shit.
Yeah,
it's nice. But all right, I guess I'll intro it, man. I'm John D. Contradiction, and other hosts, introduce yourselves.
It's Walko.
Oh, no bitch for this one.
Oh, no bitch today? Come on,
Soft.
bro.
No, man. I gotta save the energy. I'm my coffee.
We got orange.
Orange.
Today is gonna be the first of our one-off interviews, and today we have a special guest, Paco the G-Train Bandit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So immediately off rip, let's talk about it. We know it's a subway thing, but how'd that name come about? Did you get blessed by some like hood dude who always saw you on the train? What's going on with that?
Nah. It was actually, so what happened is I live in Astoria, so I live in Queens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I used to do this Cypher series called Cypher Sunday, and every Sunday people would come from around, like I'd invite MCs from around the city to come to the studio that I have at my crib, and we would record like a cypher video. We'd just come with bars and then just like figure out what we wanted to do on it real quick, and then shoot a video of us like just spitting it live. And so during that era, I had a lot of people coming over via the G train from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? I was always going out to Brooklyn to do shows and stuff like that. So I was always on the G train. And so I used to give myself just random names. Every time I was in one of these ciphers, I'd have a different name. Be like, Paco this thing.
Oh, you were
Paco
doing the AKAs.
Yeah, I was like Method Man on that, right? like just all sorts of AKAs. But then one of them was Paco the G Train Bandit, and it kind of stuck. People kind of liked it, whatever, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool because, I'm always on the train. And then I started thinking about it on a deeper level, and it's kind of like the G train is like the shittiest train in New York.
Facts. He's not lying, though.
It never runs right. It's short. Like, it doesn't quite go all the way to the end.
And always misses stops.
It always misses stops. There's all sorts of shit wrong with it. Just like our setup in the way we were making our music, and it was a Dirty Life studio, and we were like always stringing shit together, and shit wasn't working right, but we were figuring it out. And so that's kind of the vibe. It's like even though it's the shittiest train, it's the one that we're working with. And we're gonna get there and have some good vibes anyway. So
that train is it's the most New York shit you could think of if you think about it. It's that one struggling train that always gets the job done to an extent,
That and the Q train are the worst. Absolute worst. I remember riding the Q train getting lost all the time. End up in Coney Island lost. Oh, not a good time. Not a good time.
Every time you leave a party in Brooklyn, you always end up in Coney Island. That's like or the Bronx.
Yep.
The moral.
Yep. You always get on the wrong one. The one train going the wrong way. It's a great time. Great time.
Jesus. Okay. What happened to this Cypher series, man? What happened? Like,
it just other things kind of took my attention away, and I got busy. You know, like I was working on a different album back then, and then started getting caught up in some like touring things, and just like I was doing it every single week. So you know, I did like I think 50 of them or something like that.
Almost a whole year of bars.
Yeah, it was just, and every single one is just like bars. I mean, every once in a while we'd switch it up. We'd bring like a drummer in here, and they'd like add a guitar solo or something. You know, it was just homies from the music community, basically.
Oh, that's dope. Is that how you like linked up with like Crimdella and shit like that?
Yeah, partially. He came on it a lot. Crimdella, I met at a loft party in Bushwick once. We're both performing at this guy has this thing called Secret Loft, and it's in McKibben, and it was like a loft space, and they had like a system and a stage they built in their living room, and they used to just do shows. It was like secret shows you had to know the address of and like how to get in the building.
That sounds dope as fuck. That's the most dubstep shit I've ever heard for hip hop.
No, I was just about to say that sounds just like the dubstep, like the party scene.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, it's in a tunnel. Like you got to meet up here, but you need to talk to this guy.
It's in a fucking sewer.
It's at this warehouse, and you got to talk to this guy and this guy to get in.
Warehouse parties are always dope.
They're always dope. I think it's that it's like that feeling of this could end up getting not, like very dangerous.
This could go bad.
This could go bad.
That's what keeps it fun. It keeps everyone at a certain peak, but there's always that like hostility that could come out. It's always a good time.
Everybody was at their peak, if you know what I'm saying.
Everybody had cat eyes. Shit, no, man, that's fucking dope though, man. I like that, man. Fucking ciphers, like people don't that kind of consistency to get people all writing together. It's like I feel like the more the world is becoming like an internet-based fucking thing and Skynet and whatnot, I feel like sometimes it's harder to get a group of people who can just be consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's weird, and it doesn't make sense because it's like, yo, everybody does everything on the internet. Like, why is it hard to get people to work together?
Right.
Yeah, I
mean, it's hard to get people in the same physical space.
Yeah,
it's that competitive atmosphere.
Yeah, I like that.
But none of us are in the same physical space, and we manage to stay consistent as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm see, Paco knows. I showed them the when you did the PTSD thing for that little movement that I was trying to get really going, and I'm very aggressive with just like trying to get people to do things together. Like that's what I'm about. Like I like competitiveness. I just like music for the fuck of it. Like I do this shit out of love. Like I do shit because I just love doing it. Like eventually I want to take being an artist a little more serious, but I got like a decent career now that I'm like, all right, this will backbone my music stuff until I'm ready to fully go for it. So I'm like, fuck it, but I'm still going to be here for the love of it. But
yeah, for sure.
A lot of people don't have that. People just think they're going to like, that was like the issue with like the PTSD back in the day. People just thought they would blow because that's what they think is just going to happen out of nowhere. And but it is what it is. But I showed them that they fucked with your verse. You snapped on that.
Dope.
Yeah.
That was back in the days. I mean, that was we met at Team Backpack.
Yeah, the Moolah.
Ago, right?
Yeah, it was that Moolah. I remember that shit. I was like, oh, it was there was a few performances that really stood out. There was your performance because you were up there. You was dressed like a Ramon, and then and then it was and I'm like, yo, it's hot out here. He's crazy, but you stood out, and fucking this one cat. Anderson Burris, and he had the shirt that said like I'm black on it, and he was up there he had like the most like he was like 7 feet tall, so he was kind of like he didn't raise the mic, so he was like scrunched over, and all of his lines were punch lines, but he had like a crazy like when Eminem first came out type, like his cadence was crazy, and he just came spit. But those two stood out, and then that one kid with the watermelon hat who just went up there and freestyled, and he like shit the bed, but that wasn't the good one, but.
There were so many hours of ciphers too. It was
It was so
I didn't even
much
stay for the whole
raps.
thing. I must have been like 7 hours with the same beat.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't even like you could get away from rapping. Like when you're on the line getting in there's rapping. You get in, there's like random ciphers. Then there's this on stage and endless rapping. We watched like that Lifetime video of that lady who swam with like sharks and shit. Like what the fuck was going on? It's a weird fucking event.
This was at a team backpack thing. What the fuck?
Yeah, yo, it got mad strange.
You sure you guys just didn't drop acid before you walked in?
Dude, that's what it felt like, bro. I fucking like hung out with
super
Ilmac.
surreal.
I was hanging out with Ilmac, and he just like, I feel like I let him down because he's like, "You smoke?" And I'm like, "No, not really." And he like was like, and I'm just like, "I'm sorry, I guess." Like,
Same.
like, am I supposed to smoke with you? Like, my bad. But yeah, it was a good time though. It was a nice little group of fucking people out there. But so let's talk about. I want to talk about these grown man raps, the series you're throwing together. Like these shits are crazy, dude. Like, are these all when you're dropping them, or did you like you've had these in the cuff? Like, what's been going on? This is because like they're all very different.
It's a little bit of both. I think for the most part, a general rule for the grown man rap videos is that they're tracks that I've been making that I just either they were always meant to be kind of a little quick freestyle, or they're songs that didn't quite fit what I wanted the album to be, but they were still kind of like close thematically. So I just turned them into a little like weekly video series. So like really, it's like by the time the album is out this week, I'll have like a whole mixtape of like 10 other songs.
Yeah.
So you'll have 2 albums dropping basically.
Yeah.
It's just like a promo tape.
Yeah, this is like a promo to actually dropping the tape. I mean, that's good. That's great preparation because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, here's my album," and then it's like, "Oh, dope!" Like, and that's all they're doing is like, "My album's coming out soon." Like, I know you guys don't know who I am, but hey, it's coming out soon, and like, there's no promo to it. But this promo, I'm like, this is fire, and I'm like, the fact that these aren't on the album, I'm like, I'm ready for the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good promo.
Yeah.
And I love the name. Grown man rap. Like
we say that
all the time.
Yeah, that's kind of the theme of it. Basically, the whole album is like that. I just feel like I got to a certain point where it's like I don't want to believe that there's like this dichotomy between like you have to either be doing everything that young 20-year-olds are doing for your music to pop off, or you have to be like already established. Because I feel like I grew up. I'm like 32 right now. And I grew up, on 90s hip hop and blah, 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 but I still like hip hop. And now there's a whole generation of people just like me who are like in their 30s and their late 20s and like they're like grown ups. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so like I feel like for one of the first times in hip hop, really, there's like a whole span of ages who all listen to hip hop and they have different stories and thoughts and ideas. And so like all the stuff I'm talking about on there is more or less like stuff that you'd only hear a grown person talk about, basically. Yeah. And so, there's a line on there where it says, they tell me I'm too grown for World Star. Well, fuck it, I'll pitch it to NPR. And so that's kind of my idea about it. It's like, I know that what I do, somebody somewhere likes it, and those people are like the people like me, like in their 30s, they're hip hop kids. They like new stuff, but they got like life experiences,
Yeah. And that's the good type of rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I think of grown man raps, I think of it always comes to mind. I think of Nas's Life is Good. Because think of like a lot of the shit he used to always rap about, Nasty Nas always rapping about getting girls, this, that, and the fifth or whatever. And like, it's cool. You talk the gangster shit, that's cool too when it happens, but he's rapping about like the divorce he went through and like how fucking like it put him through a dark place and how this and that, and then how he was mature about it. Like that kind of writing to me is so creative and it's so real that like that's the shit you like. I hold on to that type of shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I guess if I was younger and I was out partying all the time, I'd probably like some of the partying type shit, but sometimes it just don't talk to me unless it is what it is.
I think it has a lot to do with the environment you're in when you interact with music.
Yeah. Like right now, I still like Atmosphere's album last year, Fishing Blues. I still bump that because some of the shit Slug says hurts my soul. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got the simplest flow, and my line of the year when that dropped on there, because he's rapping about his breakup or whatever, but he was like, the only thing worse than being lonely is coke dick. And I'm like, yo, that fucked me up. Like, that shit hurt. Like, I had like a tear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a tear in my eye. I'm like, yo, for a grown man to say some shit like that, for one, to admit to some shit like that, two, you're rapping about it. Like, that, I'm like, that's so, the levels of that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? People don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a hard hitting line.
Yeah, like, that's definitely some grown man.
That's
shit.
grown man shit right there. But that's the best type of shit. You know what I'm saying? No young cat's gonna write about that.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up listening. Like Slug was my favorite MC for all of my high school and college years. Like,
he's always been the truth.
I'm from Michigan originally, so the whole Midwest scene is like everybody was on that atmosphere shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're still putting on a great fucking show, polished as ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for him to drop. He's supposed to drop that him and Brother Ali project. Every time I've seen him like the last 2 years, they're like coming soon. That shit's never coming out.
Oh yeah, I didn't even hear that we're doing that.
They every time the last 2 years I've seen them, they played like a couple of songs off of it, and they're dope. But like they just never, they're always like, oh, it's gonna be dropping soon, but there's no like date on it or anything. But I'm assuming it's gonna be like a long album
all over again.
Huh?
It's like Dr. Dre's album all over again.
Oh come on, we don't want to talk about that. That apparently is still like out there in the wild.
I'm still waiting on that Chance the Rapper and Childish Gambino collab.
Yeah, that was supposed to happen a minute ago, or the Kendrick J. Cole, like
Kendrick and Cole.
Yeah, like what are they doing to us, man?
I think it's safe to say Kendrick and Cole isn't happening anymore.
Yeah, it's different types of money. That's where money comes into play, like. But I mean, it is what it is. Even though I would still like right now, that would shake like the planet.
That would be that would be explosive.
It would break the internet.
Oh yeah, just imagine that would change the youth, the direction of the youth.
Standing though, the standing.
But how do you stand when it's a joint album? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it'll be so bad, dude. No. You already know. The hate for Cole is too real.
We see it on a daily basis, man. The stands are real out in this bitch.
Really are.
How you been liking the Drake stands that have?
I honestly, I don't know what's worse though. I feel like there's a solid like team versus team where there's the Drake stands and the Drake haters. I feel like it's a very solid matchup.
But what's worse?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what's worse.
Man, sometimes they're both bad.
The Drake haters are pretty bad, but the stands are hysterical. I love people who I know who were talking shit about Drake like years ago. Like this album drops and it's like the best. Fuck out of my face, bro. Oh my god! Like you didn't just listen to More Life before More Life.
Oh man, people are wild, man. It's crazy because like. The second album dropped. It was like 12:01.
Dropped too, remember? It dropped. Everyone was like, "Fuse already a classic."
Oh my god!
I hate you. I hate
seriously. And then it's like it's to the point where I see so much of it. It's just like I know they didn't listen to it. Yeah, it's like I know people who love it, even if they love it or hate it. I'm like I'm pretty sure they didn't listen to it. Like, but. It is what it is. Yeah. People were posting at like 12:15, 12:30. I'm like, yo, this is like an hour and a half album. Like, you didn't listen to it. It's 2 CDs. Like,
people are like, I love the album. Like, no, you don't. Like, come on. To be realistic, like, I was up at, like, I wanted to listen to it at 12 just to get it out of the way. And one of my friends had posted like something from like song 5 or song 6 already, like at like 12:15. I'm like, bro, there's no way you got to that song already.
Oh yeah,
there's no way,
dude. And the people that I've been getting like side DMs because like when I did the review, I'm getting DMs where people are like, yo, man, side A was better than B though, and I'm like, it's my opinion, bro. Like I'm like
joint project, bitch.
I'm like, it's my opinion. I'm like, if I think the smooth tracks are better, man. Yeah. There's some gold in there, but I'm not gonna call it a classic.
There could have been a solid album.
Yeah, if it was chopped down to one, but
if it was 12 songs.
Yeah, pick out the 12
have
best.
You ever heard a 6-hour album before?
I saw you guys' review of that. I was like, "What's this video review?" And so I clicked it, and I saw how long the album was. And I was like, "Oh man."
Dude, this yeah, and this dude, he kept, it was in our email, and this dude's like, I didn't submit it. I'm like, somebody was like, knew we were gonna do this because they put that shit in our email quick, and like,
yeah, somebody clowned you, bro, because they knew we were gonna roast you.
Yeah. Dude, I was
so he reached out to you and complained about the review.
Yo, he commented on every single response.
Minutes. That's 7 hours.
Yeah, and he produced it too. He produced it and rapped on it. On every track, bro.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah,
no
every
one's
track.
To 6 hours and 40 minutes of it.
I'm telling you.
Could he at least like direct you to the best 4 songs? Like,
no.
Does he remember? Does he remember the songs? Like, what is he like? How does he choose? Like, what he's gonna tour with? Like,
our boy JP said the only way he would listen to the whole thing is if the guy performed it live with no breaks.
dude, he was wild, and he's like, "Yo, I broke a record, bro, and like I'm the best rapper alive." I'm like, "Relax, humble
Good
yourself."
for you.
Yeah, humble yourself.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah,
is that the actual record for the longest rap album?
I don't know, but he didn't even say what record. He just said I broke a record. I'm not gonna look up.
You paid the money to get Guinness certified.
He probably.
Can you imagine how long that took to upload?
Dude, he has to put the title for every track. He got to upload a good file. He got to get art, or like he got to do
too much time on his hands.
You know what? I got to check next time I'm on CD Baby. I got to see what the hell is the limit for one album, because that's abusing the system right there. He might have figured something out for us.
He's abusing streams, bro.
Yeah, for the first 4
so
songs.
True.
I want to see how many people got through the album. Like, I want to see his statistics, like, for each song. Probably the listens just dwindle down.
0.
You started it. When you hit me up at work, bro, you put me in tears, yo. I'm at my desk dying.
When I discovered this, I'm like, all right. I didn't look to see how long it was.
No one does.
Because I'm always like, the first song, you're like, all right, let me see how this is going to go. Because, the first song kind of just sets the pace for everything. He's kind of rapping on the first track, and then I scroll down. I'm like, all right, maybe it's 20 songs. No, maybe it's this. And then right away, I screen recorded that shit and put it in the group chat. Like, bro, what is this? Why?
Yeah. You were like, are you serious?
Okay. John is on some shit. John is always on some shit. He's always trying to troll somebody. He's always trying to. I thought this was a joke. He was just waiting for it. Nah. This is real
I had
life.
no idea. And when you told me, you're like, dude, are you serious? And I'm like, what do you mean? You're like, no, dude, go look at this album. I'm like, why? I look at it, I'm like, no way. I'm like, no fucking way. 6 hours and 40 minutes.
150 tracks.
But he was actually spitting on the first track though.
Some of the tracks weren't bad, yeah.
He can rap. I get that. But can anybody, like, if it's longer than the Matrix trilogy, the Austin Powers trilogy, Mighty Ducks trilogy, Batman, the Batman trilogy, like, if it's longer than those 4, why would the fuck would I sit there and listen to that?
That's crazy.
You're not that good for me to sit there and listen to your music for that. And I don't listen to one artist for that much, for that long.
Yeah.
6 hours.
You think here's my question. You think he's going to press hard copies? He's just selling terabyte hard drives.
Hard copies? 6 of them.
He's going to on Blu-ray.
He's just selling memory cards.
Yeah, that's just full like the brick externals.
Imagine how long the vinyl presses would be, bro. You're gonna have like 8 vinyls, 10 vinyls.
Jesus Christ!
Clown.
Your man's.
Not my man's. That's your man's. No, that's whoever sent us the emails, man's. And I hope he saw the video, and I hope he knows what he did.
Yeah.
I hope he feels bad.
We got to get him on the show for sure. He said he was down, so we got to get that to happen.
Why? So yeah, but we already said that if he's down, he's going to get cooked.
That's fine.
10 minutes. He's going to be 10 minutes. I give him 10 minutes before he's like, trying to blow his kisses through the mic. I'm done with him.
Oh man.
Okay, Gordon Ramsay.
Oh man. So back to Paco. This is the second episode where we're just going off on him, but
sorry, man, it got a little derailed.
Yeah, that dude, he gets us there, man. He gets us there.
We're off our meds.
But so you gave me that early access, and I haven't listened to it yet because I want to listen to it in a nice, quiet environment. But like, so go through the process of putting together this project. Like, when did you start? Like, give me the goods, man. I want the ground zero.
Oh man, I mean, So after the last album I put out, which is called Headlights, I focused a lot on like touring and playing with a band and like a bunch of other stuff.
Which was fire.
That was cool. You know, I went to Vietnam and Ireland and Scotland.
Yeah, I remember when you were in Ireland. That looked dope.
And, you know, all over the U.S. a little bit, and then you know, to Canada, and so like. After doing that, I didn't really know what the next direction that the music was going to go yet. So I didn't really, it's actually been like 2 or 3 years since this last album. And up until about January this year, I didn't really know what it was going to be. Then as soon as I got the idea and all the other concepts started falling in place, I was like, okay, cool. And then I just started like cranking out songs, like one after another, after another. And so that's how it came together till now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it took a while for me to figure out like, what is my next evolution as an artist, you know what I mean? Like, what is the thing that I'm doing that I think is making it more me? You know what I mean? Like, what is the type of message that only I can do?
Yeah.
So, and then how do I sort of like brand and capitalize on that, or like think about how I can present it to people? So I had to figure out the idea first. And once the idea came through, it was kind of just like, you know, work.
Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, you have a great engine to push it. You know, you got those promos, you got a great way to push it. And I think I still have
the visuals are dope.
The flash drive from from Headlights floating around in my room. It's like I put it on my computer and that flash drive's just like floating around. Oh yeah, man. That fucking...
Nobody throws out flash drives. You just end up
never.
with my album sitting on your shelf.
It's somewhere over here. I know, like, 'cause I remember exactly what it looks like. I remember when you did it too. I was like, man, this is kind of dope. Cause like I'm always on my nerd shit, and I wanted to get me some like custom fucking flash drives that have like my afro, and you like take the afro off as that. But I was just like, all right, that's gonna cost way too much money, and I'm not popping at all, so I'm not gonna make any of that back.
Nobody likes me enough about this.
Just get a 101, John. 101.
Yeah, now that's why I stick with like the my CDs. They look like mini vinyls, and that's like as gimmicky as it gets. That's as far as I'm going. I'm like, that's it.
Did you get those? You get those little like CDRs that have the vinyl look on the outside, and then like the little you can write it in the middle.
Yep. Yeah. And then I just get like I order a bunch of stickers that like fit like the perfect circle on there, and I put them on there. That's it. It's a wrap. I do my little computer thing, make it look good, and then I'm over it.
You look good.
Yeah, I feel like. Whoa! Somebody just sounded like they went through a ring.
Oh yeah, that happens sometimes with the bootleg thing. It sounds like they're getting electrocuted.
Sorry, yeah, somebody got struck out.
Yeah, it's like
playing with the Wi-Fi cord.
So most of the time it's me too, because I'm just like rocking, like I can't sit still, so like all my wires and stuff are just moving. It's very dangerous in my room. I'm just gonna admit that. It's gonna be an electrical fire soon. But yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry, it's kind of it's going back and forth between like knowing what's going on and being crazy.
Oh yeah,
I think it sounds alright right now.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's usually what goes on. We get the like I said, it's the bootleg and 2-for-1 special. That's how we do things, man. It's a nice little DIY thing. I'm all about the whole DIY thing, man. I come from the punk age, so like, you know, branding our own stuff, our own patches and sewing. Like learned how to sew just to look cool, and then ruin your clothes via vomit or it getting ripped. So I know the deal.
Yeah. I just don't. It's like DIY music especially. It's like, obviously everybody always says this, but it's like it makes it so that you don't have to depend on other people or other things to do anything that you want to do, and like you really do have the power to like completely manifest your own reality.
Yeah.
Of like what you're doing.
Yeah, you can put out whatever you want.
The most liberating part about it is that like I look at. Like I watched this video online of Pensado's place. It was like him explaining. He had a guest on, and they were explaining how Nicki Minaj, or the dude who had mixed Nicki Minaj's super bass, was a guest, and he was going through every single track and like breaking down all the plugins he put on it. And I was watching this video and realized that I have on my computer I have every plugin that they use to mix super bass.
There you go.
And so in my head I was like, I don't have any fucking excuses. Like,
yeah,
like if I'm not making that something, you know, that's an international charting Billboard #1 hit. Like,
I mean, the booty helps.
I mean, it does, but it just means that anything is possible. You know what I mean? Like, there's no limit to what I can do. I just need to be better, and so it kind of motivated me to be like, okay, so like, there's actually like I can't blame anybody. I can't say, oh, if only I had a budget or only I had this, that, the other thing. Like, you don't need those things.
Yeah,
it's time and effort.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, no crutches.
Yeah, you gotta like. That's the thing. Like, a lot of these kids think it's that easy. A lot of the younger cats or these new artists, they think it's just that easy. And it's like, no, you just have to really get after it. You know what I'm saying?
It is a lot easier now, though, than it used to be.
Give or take. I mean,
it's because they have the internet now.
Yeah. But even then, you still have to put a...
It's easier.
I feel like now, like back then, it was like you just had to put down the footwork. You know what I'm saying? Now, I feel like there really isn't that big a difference between the footwork and the internet work. I think it's just a different path, but you still have to lay down that original work.
It's still a grind regardless.
Yeah, you got to lay down that work. Like some of the viral stuff, people doing the extra shit, even that, like sometimes you got to pay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to pay to go viral. Like that's just the way it works. And people think that they will just randomly go viral sometimes. Sometimes it does happen. I mean, it does, but for the most part, for the most part, you got to shell out money. It just is what it is. Or you just have to know, you got to be friends with Chris Brown and he retweets it and shit.
The right plugin.
Right plugin, the Super Bass plugin. But all right, so you said from like Memphis and whatnot. So you grew up with hip hop pretty much. That was like bread and butter back in the day. Like,
my first tape that I ever owned was Wu-Tang Forever.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That was the first tape I bought, actually.
You know what the first tape I bought was? Skilo's I Wish.
All right.
That album was fucking great. I still love that album. And I was like, people just know the song. But hey man, Wu-Tang Forever was dope.
It was a lucky one because the first CD I got was All Eyes on Me, Tupac.
Yeah, my brother looks like Tupac and loves Tupac, so I know Tupac by like osmosis because that's all my brother listened to back in the day.
So then, and after that, I bought a bunch of really shitty albums. I bought Veni Vidi Vici.
Whoa! That album did numbers.
I mean, I don't know. I think, but it also like mirrors my own relationship to hip hop. Because at first I was like, I just love hip hop, and then I started becoming like an angsty teenager. And was like, fuck this radio shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was just not having it anymore. So I was really into, like, Ja Rule for, like, a quick second. And then I hated him.
Because he was super radio after a point.
I just couldn't. I was so crazy about, like, super underground hip-hop during that phase of my life. Like, the Marshall Mathers LP came out. And at first I was like, this is amazing. And then, like, later in that year, I think I was in, like, 9th grade or something like that. Later in that year, I started talking shit about it. Like, everything on the radio is garbage. like, fuck that album. Fuck radio shit. Fuck Jay-Z. Like, I was all like, it's not the Roots or Mos Def. I don't want to hear it.
Fuck
but
Jay-Z.
then I got over that phase of my life.
Fuck you.
No, that's how you got to be sometimes, man. Honestly, I hated, like, being from like New York, I hated stuff that pretty much the DJs on the radio would just beat to death. So I was like a CD. I was a CD guy.
Everything.
Oh, Flex would destroy things.
He will beat a money horse into the car.
Oh my god, rough man. He used to fucking ruin songs for me, dude. When I remember when Fabulous first album came out. And Holla Back,
and my favorite song.
I loved that album, but that single, bro. Oh my god, I couldn't. Oh my god, I couldn't go anywhere without hearing that shit on the fucking radio. Even like, oh man, one of my favorite CDs of all time when Get Rich or Die Trying came out. I told you guys, my uncle like they did like used to do music with him and whatnot. So me and my boy Randy, we had a copy of it like a few weeks before it came out. So it was like our gaming CD, we'd play games. So we were like, oh man, we love this CD. We're like, yo, when this shit drops, blah, blah, blah. And like, before it even dropped, like, we were like, I'm not really 100% feeling Wanksta, like, it was the only song on there that I wasn't like 100% on board with. And bro, you couldn't walk outside without hearing that shit playing from someone's car when that CD dropped. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like all over, we were in Elmont, we were attached to Queens. All you heard was Wankster, and I fucking hate, like, till this day, I hate that song.
It's kind of a shitty song.
It's a shitty. No, that beat is garbage, bro.
The 16-year-old white boy in me is crying right now.
Your vest is just set on fire.
Now I know how to troll you.
I hear that beat and I cringe. I cringe. Like when people do the
John,
damn homie.
Beat,
oh my
fire,
god!
Bro.
When I hear like in high school you was the man, I get pissed.
You was the man, homie.
Oh my god! But I love that CD. But like Jesus Christ, man, that song got beaten to death, dude.
Yeah, it did.
It really did. And it was like, it wasn't. And then right after that, they're like, all right, what's the next song off This We Can Kill? In the Club. Can't listen to that anymore. It's like.
In the Club has stood the test of time for me, though. Like,
it's still.
That song still bangs.
Yeah. That beat's hard. That beat's hard. Dum, dum. Like, that beat's, that shit's still fire.
So simple.
You know what 50 did with that? That he changed It's Your Birthday.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like people, you don't think of like the regular stuff, or like you think of that. You think of 50 Cent. Yeah, it's your birthday. You think of that. He made that his. If it was his 50 now, back then he would have trademarked it.
Yep.
He would have trademarked that.
And then sold it for $1 million.
He's a stroll. Get the strap. He didn't really sell it, but he's trolling. He posted he was gonna sue them for posting about that. I was dying. He's a fucking lunatic.
Get the strap.
Hey, Power's on today. I gotta watch that shit. But so when was so back to we're gonna dig a little bit, not too much into the past, but when did you first started rapping?
Oh man, I mean, I've been so when I was I'm originally from Detroit, but I went to high school in Ann Arbor, which is like where University of Michigan is. And there wasn't really a lot of like hip hop stuff going on there that I was tapped into at all. You know what I mean? So I used to do spoken word. I used to be like a poet.
Hey.
I used to go to like national slams and like go around the country and stuff doing poetry and stuff. But then when I moved to New York, I moved to New York 12 years ago at this point. I moved in across the hall in Harlem from this dude who like made beats and like had a little recording set up and blah blah. And so I just started making songs with him, and then since then it was just like all the time.
Oh,
and then dope. I got like more serious about it probably like 5 years ago.
Oh, that's dope. You still in contact with homie? Is he still cooking?
Yeah, he actually, you know what? He has 4 tracks on the album.
Ooh,
that he produced.
You gotta message me. You gotta message me which tracks they are.
The years, actually, yeah. I haven't lost touch with him. I still make a bunch of stuff with him.
That's dope. See, that's like a good thing though. That's good to see people.
The roots.
Yeah, it's good to see like people when you bond with people like to stick together. Like I always do a track with my boy Petro because like he's one of the first people I ever rapped with. And I always I'm like, yo, you want to get on this next project? Because it's like a mutual thing. Like it's like out of love. But that's it's dope. Nah, it's dope because you got to remember where you came from, man. You can't be one of those people that just like forget about everybody type shit. That whack shit.
Yeah. And he's also he's just a fire producer. So it's like
he's the plug.
There you go.
Like we'll just hang out and he'll play everything he plays, and I'm just like, I want all of this.
Can I have all of those?
He's like, I'm gonna stop you real quick.
I'll cut the check. Just email it to me.
It's like don't even hit play. Just give me what you got. Like I know what you got. Just give it up. Oh, that's dope though, man. You got to keep it in there, man. You got any? So I'm gonna ask, but is Cremdella gonna be on? He's got to be on the project, obviously.
Cremdella's got a feature on there.
Red on there.
Red Eyes, you know what's crazy about Red Eyes is I made like 3 or 4 songs with Red Eyes.
None of them made the cut.
But none of them are on the album. But that's not necessarily because they aren't. They wouldn't have made the album. One of them is actually we were working with this producer in Australia when I was on tour in Melbourne. I met this dude A8, and so we made a track out there using some like old school analog synthesizer tubes and shit. We were like turning knobs to make it make squeaky noises. That sounds
amazing. That sounds like a playground of like fun. That sounds mad fun.
And so that was one of the songs we ended up doing Grown Mad Rap School for. The one that had Red Eyes, where he rapped a verse and everything. It was like super colorful, and it was like, in the background there was this big graffiti piece that said "Do or do not, there is no try."
Fire.
But one of the Grown Man Raps videos, yeah. So Red House is on that, and then he's on another one. And we actually have a song that is definitely fire enough to be on the album. But it was a little dance hallish, and there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But it didn't really fit the vibe of the album right. Yeah. And so we still have that. Like, we're still sitting on that. Like, I have a bunch of songs that I'm just kind of still sitting on right now. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
good,
I don't know
man.
if
You got
it
weapons.
might end up being like a Red Oz song. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what we're gonna do with that one, but it's definitely dope.
Dude, it's good to have those on
one
top.
track that you might have heard with the band, actually.
Oh yeah. When last time I saw you, I remember you had him come up for a track. Nah, that's dope, man. That's fucking dope. Yo, you ever work with Merc, Big Body Benz?
Yes.
She's
but
fire,
only
bro.
on like posse cuts. We don't have a song where it's just like the two of us like really going in. It's like usually like a bunch of other MCs are on there too. You know what I mean?
She's fire, man. I like she's one of the few people like in general. I'm like, yo, every time I'll hit her up, like I'll be like, yo, you wanna rock with a track? And I kind of like, I'm like, yo, can you write something first? You know, because I know if I send her something, she'll probably like torch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll cook me on a track. So I kind of want to, you know, if the track's for me, I'm going to take away that advantage because she's nice. Yeah. Like, she's nice, and her voice is nice. Cold. She's cold voice. So that shit just, when you hear it, you like, I want to know what she's saying.
And like the conviction she speaks with,
it's crazy. She's like a
she's
vet.
got like gems to drop and shit. Like, that's grown woman rap.
Yo, super fact. She's a vet. She just gives off that vet feel. Like you see her, you hear everything. You're just like, yo, she's probably been rapping her whole life. Like she was born with a mic in her hand.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dope though. Definitely, I want to hear you guys just spazzing on a track. She's mad creative, dude.
I gotta do that. I've been thinking about that actually. Sort of, it's not that hard to make these Grown Man Raps videos because the dude who shoots most of them, Matt Ogilvie, is actually Truth City's manager. He lives right down the street from me in Astoria. So like when we do these videos,
that's dope.
We like link up. We'll go to a place and do exactly 3 takes, and that's it. Some of them are a 1 take too. It's
that's
like,
fire.
It'll just like turn the thing on. He'll do a close up, a mid, and like a wide angle shot. And
that's
then
dope.
And that's it. And then whatever comes out. And if it's fucked up, it's fucked up. If it's not, it's not. You know.
That's how it's got to be. Just get it out there.
You can manage it. You know.
And he does it. That's his own equipment. He don't like rent nothing because that shit look clean.
No, yeah, it's just his camera, and then I do all the editing myself actually.
Nice. Oh, yeah, nice. I know you've always been like a triple threat. You do all sorts of shit on a computer. I mean, that's how you got to be nowadays in this day and age. You can't just wait around for people to do shit for you.
I just got sick of waiting for people for things. You know what I mean? Like I just.
See, I'm in that phase right now. Like I took like a little hiatus because I'm like getting my production on and like learning to mix and stuff a little bit better because I'm like, all right, I'm sick of waiting for people. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets annoying. Especially like, you know, like especially if you're just super hungry, you know, it kind of kills your steam, you know? But
yeah, for sure.
I mean, it is what it is though. But damn man, dude. So you're giving us a good one today. You're giving us a good one today. So what's the plan for after this drop, man? What's the good? You trying to get your tour on? I know you're still doing the teacher thing, right? So this summer's yours, right?
Yep. So immediately after the tour, so the tour goes, we fly into LA. We got like San Diego and LA and San Francisco and Eugene and Portland and Seattle and San Jose and a bunch of other places. And then I fly back to New York, and then I go to Iceland.
That's cool.
Which is going to be dope.
That sounds wild.
I'm in Iceland for like 9 days.
Just playing shows or just vacation?
Both.
I see you.
Basically. That's the you gotta multitask. You know what I mean? Like one of the reasons I was able to do the tour in Australia and Cambodia and Vietnam is I was able to get my flights paid for.
Oh,
because
nice.
I was doing another thing out there where I was doing a research project about coral reefs and integrating that into curriculum in schools.
Oh, so you doubled up on work.
And then I was already out there, so I was like, let me link into the community out here, like where the hip hop stuff happened. Got on some radio shows, like did some shows, like, you know what I mean, like made some tracks with some local artists, like that kind of stuff.
Get some international buzz,
dude.
Yeah, and then once I was over in Australia, it was like quick to Vietnam, and I have some homies in Vietnam who do tour in Vietnam regularly because they live out there now. And that was a big one too, because when I got back from Vietnam, like even these days, I feel like people are gonna think it's like fake. Like I'll post stuff on my Facebook or something, and all these like random Vietnamese people will like it and share it and comment.
They think it's bots.
And yeah, right. Like, so I always look at that, or like there's like Cambodians and like Vietnamese people who are just like commenting on my shit, and I'm just like, man, people are gonna look at my numbers and think I'm like fucking paying for these.
You're padding the numbers.
But so I don't know. I'm probably more popular on the internet than I am in person in Vietnam, but like it's kind of taken off over there a little bit.
Dude, they have a fucking huge hip hop following out there, dude. Like out there, you need to get out to the fucking Philippines, bro. They have the largest rap, like their rap community's wild.
The crowds be wild,
dude. If you search like on YouTube like Filipino rap, every video is like millions of views.
Isn't
like,
it funny how people from like other places appreciate it more than the people who live where they came from?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah,
like you got like 30,000 fucking Vietnamese people showing up for a show, and then you can't get 100 in your hometown.
Dude, when Disaster battled Oxymiron from fucking Germany. Like the whole venue was in Cali. The whole venue was Germans. Like they flew out. Like it wasn't Disaster's home turf. Like in his home turf. That's fucking crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy. And that shit hit 10 million views in days, bro. In like 2, 3. It was like 3 or 4 days.
They care about their artists out there,
dude. I'm telling you.
I heard when I was in Australia, I heard this story from this. It was like a Croatian artist or something like that. I think it was Croatia. I don't want to quote him wrong, but he said that he went to a Cali Tuna show in Croatia that was at a stadium, and it was like sold out. So like I'm thinking like I remember Jurassic 5 and being like, oh, that's dope underground hip hop, and I think like whatever happened to Cali Tuna, he must not exist anymore.
Yeah, he's in Croatia.
But apparently he's selling out stadiums in Croatia. That's like what he's up to these days.
That's fucking crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. Dude, apparently like Coolio is like selling out places overseas, bro. He's got like one braid left.
He's paying the bills somehow.
Dude. Yeah, no, but that's the thing what I learned from a lot of like artists that I've like went on tour and like just chopped it up with. Apparently like their ASCAP and like BMI pay way different. Like it's very strict out there. Like if they spin your song in a club, you're getting money for it. Type shit, you know. It's like it's very specific out there. Like clubs don't just play music. They're not like shitty New York. Like this club's gonna close in a week anyways. We're gonna bump whatever the fuck we want. Like we're gonna go on YouTube. No, like out there, it's like the bar has to clear it and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's very professional, and like that's why music out there is, as much as it sounds like to us, sounds like a fairy tale. If people hear music and they're walking on the street, they're gonna go in. You know what I'm saying?
People are getting paid.
Yeah, and they all like it's very they leave their house essentially. Like we have this weird culture out here where it's funner to go to a bar and listen to the same songs from a jukebox and drink around the same people than to go and watch live music with strangers. You know, like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's where we are. But no, you're definitely doing the right thing, especially if you're getting those. You know, you're mixing in your research and getting tours out of it. That's fucking work ethic. Like you're doubling your work. Like that's what you're supposed to do.
Double down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Iceland thing is a little bit of both. And then, because Iceland actually has a pretty big hip-hop scene now these days, too, now. And then once I get back from that, I think once I get back, I'm going to start working on more videos. You know what I mean? Like, so I have most of the songs on the album don't have, like, videos or singles or anything like that. So, like, I'm going to be making my way through those and making visuals for them.
Yeah.
It might get more complicated. They might not. I don't know. You know?
You just mix it up. That's all that matters. I mean, visuals are great. Like, what they do is they bring people right back to the album that dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And
that's always good. You want to do as much as you can to get the album going. You want to be able to chill on an album for like a year. You know, you want to tour on it. You want to do a bunch of stuff with it.
Yeah.
You know, or if you do 150, then you could tour for like a decade.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And then the fall is going to be probably some more Northeast touring. I'm starting to sort of figure out what the route is for New England. You know what I mean? Like, where do you go first? Where do you go second? Where do you go third? And you can get a pretty solid tour just with driving your car around New York State and north of there. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Nah, that's dope though, man. And that's also just that good experience. You got a good solid group of people to push with this tour. You got a good ride, you know. No, that's dope though. And you said so the first one's the Cali one, right? The Cali tour.
Yep, West Coast. That's the one that kicks off with the album release on July 5th, and then July 9th, flying out to LA.
Nice, dude. You gotta link up with those Moolah fam kids. Those kids are still, a lot of them are still working. I mean, a lot of them are still working. A lot of them are just committed, man. Those kids, I still chat like talking up with kids from that and like PTSD, man. Those kids, they'll plug you into something real quick.
Yeah. We got one of the shows we were doing out there was plugged into there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to an open mic that's kind of just like an open mic that a lot of people in the local scene fuck with. And then we have a So Far Sound show.
Nice.
So Far Sounds is dope. You guys ever mess with So Far Sounds? It's like a different model for how live music is done. And so what they do is, instead of having like big venues, whatever, they host like shows in people's living rooms and shit.
That's dope. That's the most fucking underground DIY. I love that. Speaks to me.
super DIY, and or like those little hidden loft spaces or whatever, and most of they're acoustic, and so like rappers will go there with acoustic guitar players and stuff. But and they always like charge people to go to this thing, and it's super popular, and so they always pay artists to perform.
That's
and
dope.
You just go and you do your thing, and it's like a poppin' enough scene that like there's always people who want to see it, and it's small scale.
Yeah,
but
so it's
like,
personal.
It's big enough that you can, people pay like a $20 ticket, and then like you fill a living room up with people. Like that's pretty good, like
that's fire, dude. That's fucking
sounds like
dope.
It's quite an experience.
That's fucking dope, man. That's the type of shit like I only know of shit like that through like the punk days. When I was in a punk band, we did shit like that, but it would always end up like the house would get destroyed. But still, it was always like a barbecue up until that point. But it was dope. Yeah, but that's dope. Like that's how people, that's how you get people to really come together. Because then it's like two things. Because nowadays you don't see house parties anymore. So it's like a house party and it's a show. That's fire.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's like movie shit. That's the shit in the movies that we grew up loving.
Yep, basically.
Nah, man, that's fucking dope, dude. All right, man, that's fucking solid, man. You guys got anything else, man? We don't want to keep you too long.
Oh, with your comic book thing, my only question. You did the whole comic book rap. Are you a Marvel or DC guy?
Oh man, not even close. Marvel.
Thank you.
Marvel.
Thank you.
Man.
That's all.
And that's
all I care about.
Like that's not even just like a Marvel Cinematic Universe thing. That's like
the whole thing.
The whole thing throughout the years. The only thing that DC smashes Marvel on,
Vertigo,
is the cartoons.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
the Justice League cartoons and stuff.
All of them.
All the TV cartoons, all the cartoon movies, like anything animated, DC has a million examples better than every Marvel. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing they're winning in.
Then there's Suicide Squad.
I think just chill out. I think that
Suicide Squad was cute. Like it's not a bad movie.
Honestly, if you
steaming pile of shit.
If you take Will Smith out that movie, it doesn't exist.
This is Will Smith being Will Smith,
and that's what you love. That's the only thing people like about it. That's why you can't say it's that bad, because you don't want to say.
Why does he have to say the title of the movie every time?
Come on, man, relax.
Well, for me, it's like whenever you see those superhero movies, like I like the characters enough that if there's enough like dope moments that exemplify a character, then I'm going to be kind of happy about it. Like I liked watching Harley Quinn. I liked watching Amanda Waller. I like watching Deadshot. Other like the whole movie was shit, but I got some like dope scenes where characters I like were doing cool shit. You know what I mean? So that's for me makes it kind of worth it. Like I don't care if
Blade was the best comic book movie.
That's a damn good one. Yeah. So you asked the comic book story question because you saw the video where it's wrapping it up.
Yes, and pretty much you were wrapping your ass off, but that just I was like, hey, I wonder why.
Yeah, that's Royal Comics. It's actually that comic book store is right across the street from the school I work at and I teach math at, and they're dope. They're the homies. So I asked them if I could shoot a video in there, and they were just like, yeah, absolutely, sure, why not?
Oh hell yeah, it's a good promo. It's like a local sponsor type thing.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dope though, man. That video was fucking dope. I watched. I went through all the Grown Man Raps, and then I'm like, Jesus Christ, like you were having a good time, man. It's good to get that many visuals out too, because when you dropped that first one, I'm like, there's no way he's gonna put out, no way he's gonna put out as many as he's claiming he's gonna put out right now. But hey, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I think probably this weekend. Like this weekend, we just dropped one today, and then next weekend I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna pause while I'm on tour. I think. And then,
well, I mean, you're also dropping the album too, so.
Right. Yeah. So like, let the album sit. Push that a little bit more, and then when I get back in like August, I'll probably shoot some more videos. I have a bunch more songs that are just like waiting to be turned into visuals. So
yeah, but you gotta let that album simmer a bit, you know. That's like your break, you know. Once the album's out, that's kind of like, even though you're gonna be doing other stuff, that's a break from like dropping content. You gotta like work on the, you know, the back end, the side of music that nobody likes doing, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Nah, man, but that's fucking dope, man. Anybody else have any questions?
Nah,
I think we covered it.
All right, man. Yo, man, we appreciate you jumping on, man. Drop that plug, man. Let people know exactly where to find your shit, name your album, all that good stuff.
Yeah, just Google Paco the G-Train Bandit. If you go on Spotify, if you go on Tidal, like, you know, DIY shit, you got to make it available where people go. So wherever you look for music, Paco the G-Train Bandit. It'll probably auto-correct if you just put Paco the G-Train, you know what I mean? It'll figure it out. It's actually pretty
So you did pop up. You did pop up pretty easy when I looked you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, and then just click around. But also, like, if you're trying to follow specific pages, everything, I try to keep it simple, is at Pac Diggity. Like PACDIGGITY. Like, no diggity.
I think I followed you on Instagram earlier.
Yeah. So the Instagram, the Facebook, the SoundCloud, my PlayStation Network handle, Christian Mingle, my email, everything.
Farmer's Meat.
When I log in as a player on Smash Bros, Pac Diggity, you know.
Oh man, and drop that album plug. When's it drop?
Oh, the drop July 6th. July 6th. The album's called Grown. You could go on YouTube, you could go on Facebook, and let's like search me up and find all the Grown Man Raps videos. So like hashtag Grown Man Raps. The whole video series is going to be a whole other video series in the fall. And yeah, this songs are coming out, and this Friday you'll be able to stream the whole album.
Dope. And the 6th when it drops, that's gonna be on everything, right? You putting it all out there for the universe.
Everything. Yeah. We submitted to the distributor like a month ago. Like, it's all ready to go.
Doing it right. Take notes, artists. Take fucking notes. This shit looks good.
Kanye is powerful enough that he could just remake the album on Thursday.
Man, I don't talk about him and his laziness and not getting shit cleared till the night before and all that bullshit. Like, come on, bro. You putting out a whole album that people didn't hear. Come on, bro. Like, come on. Upsetting me. Trying to ruin this generation, man. That's what he's trying to single-handedly do. I'm a conspiracy theorist. You know I am. But dope, man. Yo, man, it was fucking dope having you on here. It's good chopping it up with you as always.
For sure.
And dude, you know, I'm always around. I'm always bothering you on Facebook and shit like that. So I'm gonna be hollering at you. All right, man.
But I can't wait to see the review.
You want to see which stamp you get.
I want to see what emojis I get for which tracks.
See, that's how I know. Those emojis be cutting people, man. Yeah. Some people, they be hurting people. Like, we do like the thumbs up. That's the one that hurts people the most, because it's like, it means the song's just a good song, but it's like whatever. And people hate it, bro.
Mid thing.
Yeah, it's the mid thumbs up. Like, cool.
I feel like the okay.
Oh, the okay's the worst.
My favorite's the recycle bin.
Yeah, it is your fucking favorite.
It's garbage.
I like the sleeping ones. Those are like my most like. I'm like, oh, this is boring sleep. But yeah, we keep it true to our name. You won't find out what we're giving it till it drops. But you know, since you gave us that early, I mean, if you're dropping it on projects dropping on the 6th, yo, you want the review to drop on the 6th?
That'd be cool. Or the day after, or whatever, whenever you want.
We'll do it on the 6th.
We do things day of, man.
Yeah, we like to do that. We want to make ourselves feel more special, man. We want that new exclusive drop. But all right, bet. So we'll set that up. We'll set that up. And you just gotta send me the album cover, and then I could stamp it.
Yeah. I'll send you the image. It's image. It shows up in, I think, the most recent video, but
Okay.
I revealed it at the album listening party last weekend at Gamba Forest.
I know I wanted to go, but I got my little man. I got my little man on weekends, man. I wanted to come.
Yeah.
Should have brought my baby, right? Should have just brought him.
Put him in a backpack.
Nah, he's a beast.
Yeah, bro, you can get one of those dada things that's got a foam seat in it, so it doesn't pull on your back.
He don't like sitting still, man. He just fucking loses his damn mind.
Mine doesn't either, but she loves that thing because she can see everybody.
You know, choke you out.
Oh Lord. But yo, again, man, we appreciate you hopping on, and yeah, man, I'll link you up. I got a couple of little thingy things. I'll be like, send my way, this and that and the fifth. But yo, I'll holler at you, man. We appreciate you jumping on, man.
Bet. Thank you for having me, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace, guys.
Peace.
Catch you later,
America.
If we cool, alright, peace. If we not, R.I.P. Police watch, R.I.P. and our internet proxy. So the last time I murdered an MC like you in my studio, I had to put some duct tape on my laptop cam. Truly though, the city is full of go get it go. You gotta get up when the pigeon crows. Gotta show out and then hit a pose. I'm not doing that shit no more pivot dough, but it's something more real. Human reaction, make someone laugh with a stupidest accent. Turn my life to a stupid attraction. The truth and the passion, you write the caption. Gang, don't really cop a barrel, but I cock an arrow at a cop. Fucking the drop a barrel on they top. Hot as a habanero on the block. And I wish I knew I'm being figured to be the trigger figure slipping to stop. How did this turn to debate if a plague can sit for the